If you just watch that really cringy, like, 15-minute thing, you probably were like, hey, I don't know, you don't have to, because I make this shit for myself because I'm a cringy fuck, and my memory is shot, and I constantly have to remind myself, so sometimes if I can't remember something, I'll go back to my YouTube and check it out, or something along those lines. Like, it's just, even though they're really bad feels, it's just somewhere in my head, I'm like, hey, I remember them. So I like to post, like, basically I vent to my Facebook. I made a different Facebook completely, I made a Facebook completely and solely just a vent, and people don't seem to get that, so they're just like, wow, you're a fucking idiot, and I'm like, you're actually an asshole. In the beginning of this Facebook, I told everyone that it was just a vent, but okay, thanks for fucking ruining me. Okay, yeah. Basically, so I just felt like trash, and I just, like, texted up I don't even know, I went on my Facebook, and I messaged my friend, like, a different friend, and I was just like, I was literally like, I don't know who else to talk to. Everyone else, like, all my, like, close friends, which is, here's the weird thing, all my, like, close friends don't talk to me, and yet I feel this, like, huge connection to them, that even though they don't talk to me and they kind of treat me like trash, it's not there, I don't see it, or I see it, but I accept it, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's just our friendship, you know, like, that's just how our friendship goes. Like, my one friend, super awesome, won't talk to me for, like, months, and then I'll kind of, like, try and chat them up every once in a while. They'll, like, look at it, don't reply, crap like this. I'll be like, what are you doing this weekend? Or, what are you doing in a week? Or, hey, how's life been? Or, you know, things like this, and they just see it, but they don't answer it, and I get that because they also have, like, really, like, bad depression, and they'll talk to me about it when we do hang out, so I kind of have just, like, come to the conclusion that this is how our friendship goes, but I'm not gonna leave them alone, because, like, this is just the way I've coped with what our friendship is. Or more or less, like, because, like, when we do hang out, right, we'll hang out, and we're just, like, instant fucking little dips who talk about everything, and we watch anime, and we just cry together. Like, I don't even know how to explain our relationship, but it's, like, no, you know, it's just there, is what it is, and so I accept that, so I know I can't really, like, talk to them about the in-the-now moment feelings, and then, like, it's kind of like a lot of my friends are like that, where, okay, actually, I have, like, 2 friends that I fucking are, like, the right up there friends, and then there's, like, probably about, like, 3 friends who are, no, like 3 friends. Why am I doing that? What is, okay, most people will be like 2, and then, like, but I just know, okay, anyways, like, there's like 3 friends that are, like, the just tier below that, where I don't hang out with them, but I can still, like, talk to them kind of idea. Like, we just, like, it's not quite, like, surface talking, because I you know, there's just, I mean, there are different types of friendships, right, but it's just, yeah, so this one kid, I can, like, super talk to him about, like, fetishes and things like that, and I don't want to talk about any of that, just, yeah, but anyway, so I can talk to him about a lot of stuff, and it was kind of like, that's actually what this situation pertained, but I don't want to get into detail about this, but anyway. I'm so sorry. Why would I say that? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, but anyway, so, this one kid, I was literally like, you're the only one I want to talk to right now, because, yeah. And he was like, shit, like, what's up? And I was like, I fucking can't, like, right now, like, I can't be alone, and I can't stay here in this kid's house. And he was like, shit, and then I was like, but I don't want to bug you, and he's like, no, it's fine. And, like, I'm the type of person who, no matter how much trouble I'm in, or, like, how bad I feel, like, I'll never ask for help, like, usually ever. Like, I mean, I'll say it, but I'll continue to go, no, it's okay, no, I don't want to bug you, I don't want to bug you, like, you know, and it's genuine. It's not even, like, being, like, a fucking, like, manipulator, where you're like, here's my problem, I don't want to bug you, and then you know that they're gonna be concerned. It's not like that. It's, like, straight up, like, shit, why would I tell you that? Why would I tell you that I'm in trouble because I don't want to bug you, and then I'm about to, like, cry, like, I just, like, fuck, I'm so sorry. But with this kid, I was straight up like, no, you know what, come save me. And he was like, okay, like, you know what, let's meet up right now. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, yeah, I just want to leave. And I was like, come save me. And yeah, so, okay, so I went and hung out with that kid, and it was, yeah, I don't know, I just told him about, like, everything and how fucking upset I was that my one friend, yeah, it was bad. And so, I don't even know how to explain the whole situation, but basically, along the lines of, like, my one friend, the original friend, when I hung out with him before walking him to work, he'd invited me to go to a lake, and I was, like, super excited. Like, I actually really wanted to go and hang out with him, just because, well, yeah, just because, right? But the thing was, I was super nervous about it and super shy about it because it was turned into, like, apparently this, like, huge thing. A bunch of people I didn't know were kind of, like, invited, and I just was freaking out because I was like, great, like, activate fucking social anxiety, like, there's all these scary people, and I only want to be near like, my one friend, right? And, yeah, and then it's just, I can't insert myself into a situation, so if you invite me somewhere, it's, like, you kind of have to make up it, so be like, oh, hey, like, I'm inviting you to dinner, and then you would be like, we're going to dinner here, blah, 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 this is the time, this is the day, shit like that, right? Like, if you invite me somewhere, make the plans, don't expect me to, because you're inviting me, and it's just the way I've always thought about that. Like, if I invite someone, I'm inviting them, like, and I mean, if you invite someone, you'd be like, oh, dude, like, do you want to go to the movies with me, do you have money to go to the movies, things like that, or you would be like, hey, do you want to go to the movies with you, or do you want to go to the movies with me, like, I'm inviting you, so I'm gonna pay, kind of thing. Like, you make the plans if you're inviting someone. That's how I've always looked at it, so I get really social, like, anxiety-ish, like, I fucking panic so hard when no one tells me the details because I don't know how to ask for details, so, I mean, I get that it shouldn't be that hard. You just be like, oh, when are you going to the lake, who's driving, like, who's this, or who's that, how are we getting there, what do you need me to do, right? Like, it should be an easy situation, but not. To me, for some reason, those easy, simple questions turn into fucking, like, I don't even know what to explain them. Maybe, like, no, I don't know. They just turn into, like, really hard questions. Because for some reason, my brain is, like, I'm inserting myself in their situation. Like, I don't belong there. you know what I mean? Like, I don't belong there unless someone tells me I belong there. And then, so basically, we kind of just, me and my friends kind of, like, had this, like, really uncomfortable, like, yeah, just uncomfortable day, because literally there was no talking it out, no nothing. It was just kind of, like, this really gross fizzling out, and I mean, like, normally I would be like, oh, I probably made the situation too big, I made the situation worse, or I over-exaggerated the situation, normally, right? Like, and I'd be like, there's probably, like, I can fix it because I'm just being, like, over-anxiety-wise, or whatever. But, okay, so I was like, when he invited me, he put me into a group chat on Facebook about the whole thing, and then it was like, at one point, he just deleted me out of it, and I was like, oh, so, okay, that's okay, and I just, yeah, that kind of just, like, topped it up there to just fucking shatter me like fucking a plate of glass, and I just couldn't breathe, and I tried talking to him a little bit, and he just kind of, like, was like, wow, you're actually being, like, kind of shitty right now, and I was like, yeah, I know, because you're not talking to me, so I don't know how to fix the situation, because I'm being ignored. Like, you could just straight up tell me you're mad at me, just straight up tell me that you don't want to talk to me, or just straight up, like, just be straight up, and guess what, I'll respect you, and I'll be like, you know what, that makes sense, but if you ignore me, I think everything is wrong, and I don't know how to fix it, you know, so if you don't tell me what you think, I don't know, and, like, seriously, just say, hey, I don't want to talk to you anymore, guess what, I'd be like, you know what, I respect your choices, I'd be like, I get it, I'm shitty, I'd be like, you know what, thank you for telling me, it makes me feel a ton better, because there's that clear cutoff, there's that just, you know, instead of a fizzling, there's just, like, this slow fizzling, and it just slowly dwindles, and you feel more alone, you feel more, it sucks, it hurts, it really does, and, yeah, okay, so, Yeah, so that, and so I'm panicking. I write on, like, I post things on Facebook, which doesn't help the situation, probably makes it a lot worse, but that's me venting, and you can't, okay, like, here's the thing, if me and you are, well, like, why am I saying it, like, okay, if me and someone enter a fight, or whatever, don't take what I put on Facebook as, like, legit. Don't fucking assume that that's how I'm feeling, because I don't even know if that's actually how I'm feeling. Like, I'm just blurting it out of my fingertips because this is all I know how to do, how to cope, how to whatever, because if I didn't get it out of my head in some way or another, I would literally be on the ground and I wouldn't even be able to breathe, because my body shuts down and I can feel it. It's like a fucking heart attack, and I taste blood and I can't breathe, like, my body wheezes, you know, so as long as I'm trying to push these things out of my head, then like, I feel less physically fucked up, basically. And then I feel like because I post this stuff, people probably, like, see it and then they just go, oh, that's it, and then they don't think that they need to talk to me, but actually talking to me would just fucking stop the whole situation. Like, honestly, just fucking talk to me, just fucking, you know, just straight up be like, hey, and fucking be like, you're fucking crazy, and I'd be like, I know, and then you'd be like, blah blah blah, and then it would just be a conversation, right? Like, I can handle that, like, do that, just fucking talk to me, just straight up, just fucking get it out on the table, and I will be like, yo, like, okay, you know, like, that's why I used to, like, I could handle people who were bullying me because they would just, like, fucking put it all out on the table, you know, but I couldn't handle people who would bully me for, like, no reason. Like, they would just be like, hey, guess what, like, fuck you, and I would be like, what does that even mean, you know, like, I could handle people calling me fat, but at the same time, I'd be like, why, it doesn't concern you, it's my body, not yours, like, that's weird, but at the same time, I'd be like, well, obviously you have a problem with me, but you're stating the problem, and I could handle that, and things like that, which is weird. Anyways, so basically, yeah, so, okay, yeah, so I just, I feel like a lot of the time, people don't want to talk to me because they already think they know everything, and I'm like, no, you don't, actually, I just really want to talk to you, and the thing is, they ignore me, so I try and talk to them, but they don't talk back to me, you know what I mean? So I fucking,